Dr John Kaye.
TAFE New South Wales is officially in crisis. The Cabinet in Confidence hit list of 27 campuses to be downsized or sold off entirely, an enterprise agreement proposal that would not only increase the face-to-face hours that teachers have to provide, slash preparation time, but critically that trashes professionalism by creating an underqualified and lower paid class of so-called instructors. These are just the latest symptoms of a dystopian plan that will inevitably confine TAFE to the margins of the vocational education and training sector. The Baird government's vision is for a post-secondary education system dominated by profit-driven corporations and fly-by-night operators, in which students will be nothing but profit centres and business propositions, to be processed at the least possible cost. The consequences for students and the economy are diabolical. A loss of job opportunities, a loss of opportunity to engage with the culture, the economy, the social life and the political life of this country, a loss of social cohesion and a loss of the soul of who we are as Australians. But this crisis is made by bad policy, and it can equally be unmade by reversing those bad policies and place policies at the forefront that recognise that TAFE is the key to a fair society and that TAFE cannot survive unfair competition with the corporate sector. There are 4 critical actions that have to be taken if there is to be a future for TAFE. First, the market has to be put back on the leash before it devours TAFE entirely. At the very least, there must be a legislated limit on the amount of the vocational education and training budget that is put out into the competitive market. TAFE cannot survive where it has no security over its own budget. The ACT, the New South Wales Labor Party, proposed a 30% constraint on the budget. That is, only 30% of the budget should be available for competition. The remaining 70% should be with TAFE. In New South Wales, the Baird-O'Farrell government in 2013-14 allowed 23% of the budget into the competitive market. This year, 14-15, it's risen to 33%. That's $750 million taken out of TAFE's secure budget and put into the competitive market. The Greens say that 85% of the available vocational education training funds should be in TAFE's secure budget, rising to 100% where TAFE can provide that course. Competition eats away at the heart of TAFE, not because TAFE is inadequate or inflexible, but because competition is a race to the bottom of standards, and TAFE is a high-standard institution. The second key action is that the April 2012 National Partnership on Skills Reform between the Commonwealth Government and the States Government must be abandoned entirely. This was a source of training entitlements from which Smart and Skills comes. This was a source of reliance on student loans, income contingent loans, the vet fee help system, that pay up to 100% of the costs of having students paying up to 100% of the costs of their education. This expires on the 30th of June 2017. It will need to be renegotiated. That renegotiation should focus on a secure future for TAFE. And thirdly, there needs to be repair work done on TAFE. All of the 2,700 jobs that have been lost need to be replaced. The outreach coordinators, the counsellors, the teacher consultants disability, the multicultural consultants, the student support officers, the administrative staff and all the general teachers who have lost their jobs should be put back in. And the thousands of part-time casual teachers who have lost hours and lost jobs should be restored. The fees should be reduced, or at least, better still, taken to zero. And every course that's been cut should be reinstated. And online learning should be restricted to those students who already have the study skills and literacy and numeracy. If TAFE were freed from the market, if the next national partnership in 2017 focused on quality education, and if the damage reversed, then TAFE would have a secure future. But this requires new thinking from governments that go beyond simply looking at markets for the sake of markets. This requires the 4th step, and that is it's about everybody who cares about public education, everybody who cares about social cohesion, everybody who cares about students from working class backgrounds having reasonable access to high quality education, getting active, telling their politicians this is the time to reinstate TAFE. This is the time that education should no longer be treated as a commodity. Education is a right TAFE is not a business and students are not profit centres.